So there is a little bit of Bobby Hill breaking news. Let's get straight into it. So I've already got a couple of messages regarding this, so I just wanted to make a video about it. It's just come out that Bobby Hill and Collingwood have put a pause, probably more Bobby Hill's camp, have put a pause on contract extension talks until the end of the 2025 season. Now, that never sits right with me. I'll give you the story first, and then we'll go into my thoughts. So last year, about midway through the year or so, Peter Vlahos, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from SEN Western Australia, raised a couple of eyebrows when he said that Bobby Hill was interested in a return back to Perth.
That is huge. That's Bobby Hill, as we know, the West Australian, who has been so good for Collingwood, and prior to that, the GWS Giants. Now, I just actually placed a call just before coming on air, but I couldn't get to him, to Andrew McDougall, who is Bobby Hill's manager. And the message says that you cannot leave a message as the message bank is full. So no doubt a few people have been sending or making calls to Andrew McDougall, who is with Corporate Sports Australia and manages quite a number of players, one being Bobby Hill. What I'm suggesting is what I'm hearing, and the fact that I've heard it from two different sources suggests to me that there may be a little bit in it. I'm hearing that Bobby Hill would entertain possibly an option to come back to Perth and play in the AFL for one of our football clubs, either West Coast or Fremantle. Now, I'm not saying there's a lot of substance to this, but I'm throwing it out there because I've heard it from two very learned gentlemen, and I wanted it confirmed in some ways to Andrew McDougall. Now, I even haven't had the details to dig in deeply to what the contractual situation is. But as we know, contracts are not worth really now the paper they're written on, because there can be deals done even when players are on contract. But I'm believed to be saying, and I'm saying it because I'm throwing it out there, that Bobby Hill from Collingwood would be entertaining and is keen to entertain, if there is interest, to return to Perth to play and continue his AFL career in his home city. So there you go. I'm just throwing it out there, and we'll see what does eventuate in ensuing days and possibly weeks, and whether there is some substance. And I will reassure you, my Sports Day WA listeners, that I will place a call to Andrew McDougall tomorrow and have a chat to him and bring you that information on the program tomorrow night.
Which, Bobby Hill was contracted until the end of 2026. When that happened, people were just like, that's really weird. Why would he go back to Perth? He's still contracted for another couple of years. He won a Brownlow at Collingwood, seemingly super happy at Collingwood. And then a day or so later, Peter Vlahos came out again and said, hey, look, I've spoken to people who know about people. I've called Bobby Hill's manager. Collingwood have called Bobby Hill to see if the speculation is true. And we kind of just sort of forgot about it after the big, why would anyone want to do this? Why would Bobby Hill want to go back to Perth? He's settled here with his family and stuff like that. So we kind of just swept it under the rug, forgot about it, right? What that did, though, it did put the wheels in motion for Collingwood to start on contract extension talk. Now, like I said, Bobby Hill is contracted until the end of 2026, but according to reports, he is just on the average wage of a Collingwood player. Now, when we signed him in at the end of 2022, he wanted to go to Essendon the year before. That didn't happen. Comes to Collingwood, and he was sort of coming as, he wasn't coming as a Norm Smith premiership player like he is now. He was coming as that small, exciting prospect from the GWS Giants that could lighten up our forward line, work in tandem with Ginnivan and our forwards there, right? So we offered him a few years on the contract, but we didn't offer him a big contract. Now he commands a big contract, and I unanimously agree. I don't know what he's sort of on, but I think he should be on a lot more money because he's just that one guy that, not only is he kicking, 30 plus goals and won our goal kicking last season, he had 20 plus assists last season as well. So he's unselfish and he can kick a goal, which we love about Bobby. Now, this report that just came out said Bobby Hill and his management have put contract extension talks on pause. Like I sort of alluded to at the start, I don't like when players say this because that just makes me feel a little bit sick. But when players say this, it's usually when they're out of contract. Now, Bobby Hill is still within his contract, so he's still got until the end of 2026. Probably what he wants to do is just have an insane 2025 and command more money, which I definitely don't blame him. But from a couple of reports over the last couple of months, Bobby Hill was high up on the priority list, along with Brayden Maynard, with getting extensions and renewing contracts and stuff like that. But now that's been put on pause. I'm sure there's going to be ongoing talks throughout the season. Now let's look at this this article. So this came out just a few minutes ago it was on Code Sports by Josh Barnes. So now those talks could be pushed past the 2025 season. So there was going to be an extension in the summer, but now it looks like it's been paused. And then, his contract until the end of 2026, it was, that he is saying here that, there was going to be an extension, and they were talking about an extension, and it's just been put on pause. And I don't necessarily hate that, but I also don't like it. Like I just said, the big one for me here is midway through last year, when this sort of Perth, when Peter Vlahos was sort of talking about Bobby coming to Perth, Bobby left Andrew McDougall at Corporate Sports Australia for Anthony McConville's Max Sports. Now, in one of the Peter Vlahos, when he was chatting, he actually called up Andrew McDougall, and McDougall didn't really give him much, but Peter Vlahos sort of was leaning towards that not giving him much meant that he was coming. So could that be one of the main instigators why he left? That's going to be really, really interesting. It goes on to just talk about what he did, at 2022 when he came to us, and he's going to be 25. So under 25, he's so important to our future. Collingwood need to chuck him money. I'd chuck him anywhere between 600 and 750. Not sure what he's on. I think the average wage might be 450 at the moment. I'm not too sure about the numbers, but I would chuck anything at him, because not only is he incredible player, North Smithers Premiership player, Gordon Coventry Award winner, and someone that we need to keep. He is a young player and the star of our future. He's got, hopefully 10 more years at the club. We need to keep him at all costs. So I don't think it's panic stations. I don't like that it's paused until the end of 2025, but I don't think it's panic stations. Let me know your thoughts down below. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.